If you use Ninja Forms on your website, you may want to track how many submissions you are receiving in Google Analytics. This helps you understand how many leads or inquiries your website is generating and where exactly they are coming from. Today, I'll be showing you how to set up conversion tracking for Ninja Forms inside of Google Tag Manager and then feeding that data through to Google Analytics. This setup can be a little bit technical, so follow along step by step as we show you how to do it. I'm going to assume that you already have Google Tag Manager installed on your website and connected to your Google Analytics. If not, pause the video and click the link above the video right now and follow that guide before you get into this. Now, the reason why this setup is slightly more complex than other forms is because of the way that Ninja Forms handles the data. With some form plugins, such as Elementor, Google Tag Manager already has a built-in trigger that can detect a form submission automatically. Ninja Forms works differently to this. It does not automatically push submission data into what is known as the data layer. The data layer is essentially a behind-the-scenes storage space that sits on your website and pushes data between the website and Google Tag Manager. Because Ninja Forms doesn't do this automatically, we need to set up what is known as a listener tag. This listener tag is a small piece of JavaScript code that watches for Ninja Form submission events. And when it detects one, it uses this data to push into the data layer so Google Tag Manager can see it. Don't worry, that sounds complicated. We'll run you through everything today. So the first thing we need to do is create a listener tag inside of Google Tag Manager, and we'll be doing that today in one of our accounts. Now, inside of our account, we want to make a new tag. So we'll click on New, Tag Configuration, and what we're looking for here is Custom HTML. I'm just going to paste this listener tag in here, and don't worry, I'll leave this tag in the description of this video. So all you have to do is copy and paste it in here exactly how it is. Then come down to triggering. We want to fire this on all pages, and then we just want to name this Ninja Forms Listener. Save that. Before we do anything else, we're just going to go into preview mode and test that this listener is working correctly. It is going to ask for the URL of the page that you want to load. So this is where our test form is sitting. So we'll connect that. Now we'll quickly fill this out as a test form. Test.com, something like that. Submit. The submission was successful. Back to Tag Assistant. You can see that the listener has fired, and we also have an event over here. So if we click on that, you can see the data layer push event and then this Ninja Form submission. This is actually what we're going to be using as the trigger when we set the trigger up in the next step. Right, now we need to create a trigger that fires when it reads Ninja Form submission in the data layer. So over here, we want to click on triggers, click on new, trigger configuration, custom event, and we want to name this Ninja Form submission like we just saw it in the preview mode. For this example, we're going to leave it on all custom events, and then we'll name it Ninja Form Submission and save. Now, lastly, we need to set up one more tag that will send these custom events from Google Tag Manager into Google Analytics. So we'll click on New, Tag Configuration, Google Analytics, Google Analytics GA4 event. Okay, now the first thing we need is the measurement ID. To find this, you have to go into your Google Analytics account, click on the admin icon down the bottom here, come over to Data Streams, and here's the data stream here. And this is where you can find your measurement ID. So click the copy button, paste that in there. Now we need to name this event. This has to be lowercase and separated with underscores. So we'll just call this Ninja underscore form underscore submission. Now down to triggering, we want to click on our Ninja Forms submission trigger that we just created before. Lastly, just name the tag, GA4 Ninja Form submission, save that. We want to just quickly go back into preview mode and make sure these are all firing correctly. Load the page. Now the page is loaded correctly. If we go back into Tag Assistant, you can see the Google tag has fired and the listener has fired. So that's working well so far. We'll just fill out another form real quick. Submit. The submission was successful. Back over in Tag Assistant. Here it is here. The tag has fired. So we can see that is working perfectly. Now, just lastly, go back to Google Analytics just to check that this data is being passed into here. Click on the cog icon. This time scroll to the bottom, debug view, and we should start to see the activity on the site as well as the events coming through. So page view, form start, Ninja Form submission. So this is the key event that we are tracking, and we can now see in our Google Analytics reports. Okay, now head back over to Tag Manager and make sure that we submit this to save all of our work. Call this whatever you want. Ninja form, not too important, and publish that. So there you have it. That is how you set up contact form conversion tracking for Ninja Forms on your website. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other content just like it. Cheers.